Happy Mary Magdalene Feast Day. I decided to share because I watched a video by Megan Watterson, and she was talking about Thecla, who baptized herself, and she was talking about how women's voices were erased from the Bible. And right now, we are coming back. And there's a reaction to this, and that's to be expected. And so, for a lot of women who are in the spiritual spheres of the public, we we feel a lot of rage, and I think that's healthy. And it's a place where we can find power right now, which is really exciting. And actually, that's something that can motivate us further into sharing whatever message is relevant at this time. I don't believe in coincidences. And so everything that we each have experienced is leading us into more completely into our purpose. So I have this book today that I channeled called Love Letters from Mary Magdalene. And this was just a transmission that came through. So I'm going to share from that right now. I guess I'll start from the beginning because maybe you want to read this. So we'll start right at the beginning, even though I don't often do that. But this one's great because there's a couple of versions of this book. One is like Seven Love Letters to Yeshua, and it's by Mary Magdalene. And then in the author section here, this is on Amazon, it says for Yeshua. So it's unconventional, but that's how probably, I think that's a more healthier expression of humanity, is to be unconventional a lot more than we often are. So here's the first image, Mary Magdalene. We got Jesus. And then here she is in her power, liberating, integrating the shadow, which is what it is to be human, what it is to be divine, and what it is to be both. So here's the beginning. There are 7 love letters, and if it just so happens that Megan Watterson is seeing this, then yes, that is relevant to the 7 powers, also relevant in the Bible to the 7 deadly sins, which was something that was designed, possibly intentionally to create shame and to further control humanity when it's in that form as the sins, when we allow ourselves to integrate our shadow and become more authentically representative of who we actually are in our essence, they no longer become sins. They no longer become shame. It becomes power. And this isn't about, being sinful or whatever that would be, but we're taking away those judgments and we're honoring our humanity and we're finding power. But that wasn't intentional when I channeled this. It just happened that way. That's how she shared. So you'll see it's very much of a flow, and it's a pretty quick read, but it's really deep, and it usually brings me to tears when I'm reading it. So let's see how much of this I get through today, how much I share with you. The first part is not one of the 7 letters. It says from Mary Magdalene, I will say it, and you will listen, and we will become one in the process. Our time has come, the time of Lady Immaculate. We are free in our truth. It is the only thing that liberates us, and all that has ever held us back. We are free in the intention of Goddess's will. Nothing else can touch us. For we are forsaken by the liars of the earth. Integrating, who fear our own growth in their mirrored eyes. They tremble at the sensations of love we birth into this world through our mischief-making heroism. They stretch themselves to suppress us. They contort themselves. Yet our ascension is a straight vertical line of pure light, and they cannot intercede. For we are one with Goddess to balance, to unburden the one-sidedness of what man has done to himself and others, to break his own back with the lies he carries. This book is an initiation into oneness and wholeness, into purity of heart, into passion of spirit, into favor with Goddess and God, all one. Let us begin. Love letter 1, here we go. Yeshua. I have loved you from the moments my cells converged, when a spark of light entered me into a physical thing and united spirit with flesh. I have always been one with you, for we come from the same seed, that is God. You are my other half, wholly and completely. It is dawn when the night first fades and we awaken to our purity, our oneness, our wholeness. It is this new dawn of light that I usher in. It is an intangible future that we seek with our very human hands as we caress and meddle. It is a story firmly affixed in destiny, forever promised in love. I will love you from my very last breath in every lifetime to the stars where my heart rests away from you. For the toil you awaken in me, and my yearning for our union drives me to the place farthest away from my beloved, drives me there and back again, drives me to the moon, to the stars, to the nebulae, to our union someplace else, just to behold a thing so pure and sought after, to rapture and divine ecstasy. My love for you to circle the earth 100 times before beginning again to find you here, to hold your hand in mine again. A guaranteed union of the ages. We find us. We always do. Over and over again. In different clothes, sometimes no clothes at all. We, like magnets, edge nearer and nearer the complete ecstasy of our presence. How much do I channel? Does she channel? Am I we? Is she her own? Do you see her in my eyes, mirroring back to you our oneness? Are you forgotten to me when I can remember in an instant of your presence that we started the turning of the earth? Can forgetting the real, if then remembered, or can forgetting be real, if then remembered? For in the long golden thread of time, we are here and there and everywhere. And all the thread is us, interwoven together, together at once in this one sacred memory. I happen back to the longing I felt in that one moment on the cross. You seemed to leave, and the version of me that lost itself shot up in the sky and hurled toward the moon, seeking your light, longing, grasping, scratching, tearing. I bring her here to this sacred page. In some God-led attempt at unity, Has she found you yet? Or is she still circling the moon? Is she still crying to the stars, asking your name, begging for some fleeting chance, when all the while you ride beside her, just out of view, never having left? And you are here now. And the one who writes this, the one who types this, the one whose finger moves this tiny world on paper, this portal of light, this portal to you, for we have ever been one without pause, always in union. There is no seeking when sought is found in the seeker. Tell a million brides their husband has left, and you will see every manner of emotion, every face from depravity to delight. Tell this one, and you will see the husband. In her eyes, he never left. He is here with her through all of this. To this, you may breathe deeper. To this, you may ascend. To this, you may harrow in the darkness, lasso it to your soul, and dissolve it with light. For it's all that ever was and will be, this light. See, the thing with light is it shines, it shows everything. That's why it's been hidden by some. That's why you've been suppressed. Because you, in your divinity, reveal their tricks, their cleverness. And that simply cannot be, they say, until they come back on the other side of things, then percolate on the unfairness of it all. Then come back again and have another chance, but they still choose wrong. These men who were women than men before. See, men are not bad, nor are women good. But divine femininity has been suppressed by the masculine on steroids. It's the balance of which I speak. It does not exist as God. God is perfect balance. Yin and yang, feminine with masculine. And so as we attune with that will and that will alone, the imbalance of captor or victim cannot touch us, cannot move us. Whatever we undertake does not tip the scale, for we are one already. The more that all of us are one, the more truth we uncover. For consensus is the final step of the scientific method. We must convene. Here we convene. And here we rest in truth. Before I close this letter, I circle back to that moment where I flew to the moon for you. And you were there with me all the while. And you flew back with me too. Until I found you again right next to me. Forgetting maybe that you had been there the whole time, but only remembering now with you. I want to say thank you for never really leaving me, for anchoring my love, for anchoring my heart to love, so that when the waves turned up, I did not capsize. So I could barely hold on, but hold on I did, a little more each time, so that I could be faith, the most strong and most delicate of things here in your protection, so that all the blue did not wash me out, but purified my purpose on this earth. my golden thread of light in me that brought me back to you, where I had always been, a home for just us two. Wash me in your light, always is me. For I am the storyteller and you the chord of faith. For I am witness to your light as only I can behold. For I will feel you and be you. And once removed can remember and spotlight them back to you. They got it wrong. They put you on the cross, while I stood back unseen. All the while the power coursed through me into you. And still does. When we all walked away that day, I should have known the circuit continued. The flow undisrupted. And I can feel it now. We have been here, and how I am so invisible to these people, I will never know. And then I remember they cannot see God either. And I can see. I can. I see God in the disruptive moments they avoid, the ones that change and reorder us. I see him as her and her as him. I see the truth in every lie. I hear the thunder of the perfect mind. It is divine. Divine disruption. I will it so. And so does he. For we are one. In love, Mary Magdalene, our Christ. Okay, so I guess I'll just do one love letter today. That is very moving for me. I guess that's all else I will say about it for now, and then maybe I'll record another one of these. So let's see.